Hey everybody, welcome. We have an awesome episode today. There's a lot going on, and we have another special guest coming on who is going to share how to crush your very first product and her method to doing so. We're very excited. And there's also something else you need to make sure that you are signed up for. So we'll give you all the details right after we roll the intro.
We are part of an underground group of entrepreneurs that you've probably never even heard of before. We are Funnel Hackers, and these are our stories.
Hey there, everybody. Welcome to Funnel Hacker TV. We're so excited to have you guys. We get to talk about all the funnel hacker news, everything that's going on in the world of ClickFunnels and Russell. And we're going to go through all this step by step. We have an amazing thing that we've been doing for all of this month, helping you reach your goals. You have more than likely set a goal in order to hit a certain number at the end of the year. We're not going to say what number that is, but you know your number. And should your number happen to be around a 2 Comma Club range, we've got a theme for you. We've been bringing on 2 Comma Club winners this entire month. We're going to continue to do so because there's some crazy things that are happening. Number one, we want to make sure that we help you reach that. Number two, there's a really cool event that we're building all of this up to that's happening in February. So here's the deal. If you're not caught up and you want to make sure you're caught up, make sure that you text FHTV to 208-231-3797 or subscribe if you're on YouTube. And if you want to have an email recap that goes out tomorrow morning, make sure to go FunnelHacker.tv. Just put in your email so that way you know you're always on top of the news every single Friday. We'll make sure we get that to you. But we love having you guys live. So thank you so much for being here. This is going to be an absolutely spectacular episode. A couple things we're going to do. Number one, we're going to talk about some things that are going to happen, some FOMO. And then we're also going to talk about some things that are going on by the water cooler because there's some really cool stuff happening there as well. So let's go ahead and jump really quick into some funnel FOMO because really quick, there's something happening that you need to be aware of, and it's happening this next week or in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. This is 2 Comma Club Live. Susan, which one is it?
I don't know. I've been getting a lot of questions about this. The people have been seeing it popping up and they're like, oh my gosh, what is this? Is this really like if we didn't get to be at Funnel Hacking Live, is this really where we're going to be able to see that? Because they've been feeling FOMO for Funnel Hacking Live. I'm like, yes, this is it. This is your chance. Especially if you haven't bought your Funnel Hacking Live ticket, which now it's waitlist and you weren't able to get the recordings. This is now your shot at seeing some of what you missed at Funnel Hacking Live.
This is that shot. And the cool thing is, so this is not just from Funnel Hacking Live 2023. This is every time we've ever taught the linchpin the best anywhere ever and bringing all those pieces in. So if there was a private mastermind that Russell did where somebody taught a different piece of this even better, we're bringing that in to make sure that you have all the training that you need in order to get this going. This is going on February 7th through the 9th. If you are not registered, go register. You can register and you only pay if you like it. So go and check it out. We highly recommend it. We'll give you more details on this at the end today, but if you guys are not registered, big funnel FOMO, you want to make sure that you're registered for that because that's a big deal. All right. One other thing really quick, couple things that are going on. Let's jump on the water cooler really quick because there's a couple things we want to make sure that you are not missing. The first one is Russell's new YouTube channel. You guys, Russell launched a brand new YouTube channel. Well, actually, he rebranded his old channel and got rid of the Marketing Secrets moniker and put up Russell Brunson. And with that, he did a new video that says, I'm starting over, and he explains why he's starting over and what the process is. And he also released a video last week. The newest video in that sequence just released today. And we're going to watch an ad really quick from somebody else. That's spectacular. There we go. So this is called How to Get Anything You Want. And this is all about how to take your angle from being a wisher to being somebody who actually has a determined focus and is going directly towards that thing. So this is all about that pivot and that angle. So I'd highly recommend watching this. If you guys have been in the Secrets of Success world, you know this. Susan, we've been watching this for a while.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. Oh, you guys gotta go watch. I haven't watched this one yet, but I'm so excited to go see what he's putting out on the YouTube about this content because it's been really good in Secrets of Success.
Yes, it has. One other thing really quick, ClickFunnels Radio just dropped a brand new interview with Peter Prue. Peter Prue is very similar to who we're interviewing today. The person that we're bringing on today is going to be talking about how she creates products that work. It's a 4-step method, and we're going to have her talk about that. Peter Prue is somebody who does that in the e-commerce business. He does a very specific e-commerce style strategy in order to help people get launched with a single product and shows them how to do it step by step. And so I know Peter Prue because he was funnel hacking on YouTube before I was. And so I actually saw a lot of his funnel hacks and said, that's really cool. After I'd done my own, I said, all right, well, if that's how he did it, how can I up the game and make it even better content? So really cool to be able to see him coming on the podcast, being able to share all the different things. He now has an agency, he has a family, and just really cool to be able to see how everybody grows in this space. So definitely go and watch the interview with Peter Prue. That's going to be really valuable for you guys. All right.
Good stuff.
Before we bring our guest on the stage, there's one thing we should talk about.
Russell.
Yeah, I think we should talk about Russell really quick.
What has he been doing? He actually dropped are we going to talk about his shorts?
Yeah, we're going to talk about yeah. So
you intro it.
I got it. All right. So this short is really like key in order to introduce our guest, but at the same time, it's something that he just dropped today. So he didn't know we had this guest on. So this is all aligning just for you. So guys, let's go ahead and listen to this really quick. If you're on Instagram, go and check this out. He's done a couple of other ones that have been really fun, like Obvious Adam and a couple of really fun little things. Go and check those out. But this one applies to today, so we wanted to highlight it. Let's listen to Russell's Instagram post today because this is cool.
People I know online that make the most amount of money are people who are really good at creating their own frameworks. So what is a framework? A framework is just a map between where you are today and result that you want to get, right? Now my guess is if you are here online trying to teach something, you've already figured out the map, how to go from where you are to where you want to be, right? And your job is to create a framework to teach that to other people. So how do you create a framework? Step number one is you have to share the journey and how you either learned it or you earned it. How did you figure out the path from where they are to where they want to be? Because you've already done it, right? That's step number one. Step number two then is you have to share with them the strategy. The strategy is the what. What are all the big steps they got to do to get from where they are to where they want to be? Step number three then is the strategy. Strategy is how do you actually do it? You know, what are all the pieces you got to do in each step of the framework to get them from the beginning to the end? And then number four, the last step inside of creating your own framework is actually showing case studies of other people you've taken on this journey and helped them have success. If you can share those four things with somebody, that's how you create a framework that'll motivate and convince somebody to move and to follow you, to take them on that journey to get the result that you can promise them.
All right. How many of you have created frameworks? How many of you are designing frameworks and maybe you're trying to figure out how to actually get it launched and out there? That is the pivot point, and that's where we're going to introduce today's speaker. So let's go ahead and pull up that thumbnail really quick because it's a beautiful thumbnail. We're going to be speaking today with Andrea Olson. Andrea is absolutely spectacular. She's a mom. She has been taking this and helping moms take their business to the next level, but using the exact same framework she's going to be talking to you about today. So with that said, Andrea, thank you for coming on. We appreciate having you, and welcome to Funnel Hacker TV.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
Excited to have you
Good
here.
to have you. Okay, let's dive in because we definitely want to get to your method, but also we want to learn a little bit more about your story, right? How did you learn it and earn it, as Russell just said. So can you tell us, just kind of for those of us who don't know you very well, what is your story of how you got into ClickFunnels and what are you doing with ClickFunnels? What's your business?
Well, Funnel Hacking Live 2021 was my very first business workshop in the 13 years of having my business, because in that 13 years I had 6 babies. So not just a mom, I'm a mom of many. And living under a pile of kids, I had no idea that I had built a 7-figure business, to be honest. I didn't really know my numbers until I ran into Robbie from your team at Funnel Hacking Live. And he was like, we need to talk about something. And I joined the inner circle, and I did all the things to, join Russell's closest circle of 7-figure entrepreneurs. And it was so cool because like the whole time I had built my business alone and like literally under a pile of kids, and had no idea like how to orient myself versus other people in this world. Had no idea until Tony Robbins said on that stage that I was in the top 5% of businesses worldwide. And I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. So going to Funnel Hacking Live completely changed my life, introduced me to a whole world, and also lots of really good friends and Russell himself. when I arrived there, I knew that I had, implemented funnels and done all this stuff. Like I had a little inkling, but I was pretty clueless. I was kind of like um an airhead about the whole thing. So like any moms who are watching who are like also doing business stuff, it's normal to be like completely out of the loop and under a rock. And it's okay. You can still make a ton of money and be with your kids and like not have to do all the crazy stuff that all the yeah. I'll get into the man hustle stuff later. But I did it without the man hustle in about 3 hours a day at the most in my work days this whole 13 years. And yeah, I'd love to share more about my story when we get to that part. But I ended
Wow.
up at Funnel Hacking Live. I think a friend of mine, yeah, he was like, "Oh, you should go to this thing." And anyway, I feel like I was like the accidental, like, "Oh, okay, accidental success story," but I'll take it.
Not at all. I mean, obviously it took a lot of work and focus for you to be able to do that with, with I'm also a mom, so I'm choosing my words carefully, but also like I'm juggling, like, right? Like doing all the things, all of the responsibilities. Um, what was your, so you went to Comma Club, or not to Comma, you went to Funnel Hacking Live, so you got into Inner Circle. And what was, you already were Two Comma Club before you even knew you were Two Comma Club, and before you even knew if there was a Two Comma Club, right?
Tell you, I'm an anomaly. I mean, it was really weird. So yeah, I got integrated into the community and like the learn earn thing, all of that is quite a jumble, but I absolutely hit 7 figures because of funnels. So I started reading Russell's books the year before that. So during the pandemic was a perfect opportunity. I'm sure most of us kind of got like turned on to this whole thing during that time. And I read all three of his books just like in sequence. And I'd already built a 6-figure business. So I was already doing pretty well. But when I added funnels, everything blew up.
Mm.
It was like a missing piece, this piece that I had no idea I was even missing until I got a copy of his book, .com Secrets. And then I was like, oh, duh. Yeah. I mean, you get my freebie and then nothing happens. You just get an email like, wait, there's more. I could put my product after the freebie. Like it blew my mind. And it sounds so simple. And like all of you guys watching already know this, that's the order in which your funnel should go. But it literally supercharged everything I had been doing and made everything even more passive.
That's awesome.
And you've been doing this for like 13 years too. So this is not something that's just been kind of a little bit on here, a little bit there. This has been a long ride that you've been on, where getting a 2 Comma Club award was literally just one tweak that you needed, a couple of tweaks that you needed to do to the business. And then we got to pull you aside and be like, So that is spectacular.
Yeah, it was. So, it sounds like a ton of work and everything, but honestly, I've never worked more than 3 hours a day. Sometimes I was working 3 hours a week. And the framework I do want to share with you guys about building the product is literally why I was able to work so little, because I made the right product for the right people from the beginning. Like I nailed it in the very beginning. And that's what I
love that
today, especially entrepreneurs, because they don't have time to waste on doing the wrong thing for the wrong people. There's no time to waste when you're literally paying somebody to be with your kids so that you can work. That time is even more precious than somebody who, sorry, people who don't have children, but it just counts more. You know what I mean? And if you're a mom or a dad, you know what I mean. You're literally like the feeling of guilt and all the things and the obligations just can overpower you. So I was like on a mission. I'm going to make this work. The very first time I did all the right steps in the right order. And now I'm teaching people to do the same thing, because it's just, why waste years and years just doing the wrong things?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I'm really excited to get into your method. But before we do, can we kind of ground everybody, because we're talking about like building and launching your product, and we're talking about your product. You have multiple products that you have launched over the years. Can you just ground everybody in like which kind of products are we talking about? Are we talking about physical products? So if you can just feel free to tell a little bit about like some of the products you've launched.
Yeah. So I have over 14 products now, but here's the thing. Having a singular focus is what was the key to my success in the very beginning. Like I had one ebook, one blog, I made an audio version of the ebook as well. So that was my bump. So I did have a clue about like making a bump on my sales page. I used like the old Belcher buttons, but with a kid font. It's pretty funny, but it worked. Hey, it worked. I didn't even have a physical book yet. And everybody was like, I really want a physical book. And I was like, no, it's an ebook because this is passive. I need this to be passive. So I started out, I was actually on food stamps. Like my first child's father just decided he just wasn't employed, lost his job. And I was like, I'm not leaving this baby. So I learned about passive income, and that was my big domino. I was like, oh, passive income, that's totally a perfect fit. And so I created an ebook. It took me 7 months. Now, the women I coach, we're looking more at like a week or a month or less to make a product. This is so stupid long. 7 months. I nursed every hour, 6 hours a day of writing and researching, trying to make the best thing possible. There were no Facebook groups. There were listservs, email listservs. Like I had to help people through email and wait for them to email back. Like it was a little bit of a longer process than today. Anyway, my first year with that one ebook, one blog, and the singular focus, I did $45,000, which was amazing. And that was really way more than I had been making before. And it was great. And then gradually built up and up and up. So the problem that I created with my digital product, though, is that these kids were out of diapers at 9 to 12 to 14 months. So they had nothing to wear on their tiny little bottoms. So I brought back some small underwear from Thailand, and I bought like 50 pair. They were like $1 each. You couldn't find them in America at all. And my kid was out of diapers at 9 months, and they would just fall right off of him. So I brought them back, did giveaways, building my list, doing all this stuff. And people were like, where could I buy more of these? And I couldn't get them to manufacture them. So I ended up manufacturing them myself. And it took me a couple of years to figure it out. It's also part of what I teach is like, this also should not take that long to manufacture a physical product. These days, we have it so easy. But like there are specific ways of vetting and things and mistakes. I actually made a couple of mistakes in that one and ended up with Tiny Undies. And Tiny Undies 8x'd my business by adding the physical product after creating the digital product. So yeah, slam dunk. And I was creating customers for this underwear line, sizes 6 months little to 5T. And then I started producing potties, little tiny newborn potties that are shaped like a top hat. I don't think I have one here. And little short mini potties because you couldn't find them. So like my book caused all these problems that my physical products solve. You now have small underwear. You now feel like you're doing the right thing because you're socially justified. And I have a child out of diapers and there are products for me and they have a place to go potty. I mean, it's just like win, 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 win all over the place. We can't even hardly track who is cross-pollinating from. By the way, I built this whole business without Facebook ads, without any ads. I did it all organically, 3 hours a day. Like I am telling you, there are so many ways to do it smarter. And because I'm a mom, I had to do it smarter. So I figured it out as I went, built this business up, adding those products, not because I felt like making a product. Oh, this would be a really good idea. I surveyed all of my audience members to ask them, what color undies do you want? What material? Do you want organic? Do you want it padded or not? And I only made what they wanted. And when we get into the how to make this, and I will share like how to make an ebook or a course is basically the kind of product that my 4-part product method is about. It could be applied to physical products, but mostly digital products. Like I made the right product based on what people actually needed. And I literally solved a problem that I knew I had validated that they had. And I made the best product possible. And then all of my undies and other things were based on genuine needs that my audience had because I asked them. I think it was Lady Boss.
Uh-huh. I was just thinking about that. Yeah, Kaylin Poulin.
She was on the stage when I went to Funnel Hacking Live the first time. And I was like, oh my gosh, you totally did what I did. She asked everybody, and then she only made the things that they wanted. It is brilliant. You guys, there are so many of us who are entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, who are so narcissistic about making products. Like, I know what's best for my customer. No, you don't, unless you ask them and do your research. And otherwise, you're probably wrong. Just to be honest.
That's incredible. So you've got a whole bunch of types of products now. Let's go ahead and move into your method. So you said specifically for like a ebook course type of product is what this is intended for.
Yep.
And it's a 3 or 4 part method.
It's 4 parts. So as I've been working with new or mompreneurs, we call ourselves, over the last 6 months, I launched a third business because I just want to, and I still only work 3 hours a day. But I did launch a coaching program where I'm helping moms create an online passive income empire like I have, because it is really hard to start right now because there's too much conflicting information out there. And for moms, like, we don't do the man hustle. I do not do it. Thank you, Gary Vee. I will never do the things the way you say to do it because you will cause me a heart attack. I can't. I do it in the mom hustle way, and which is very different and really starts with a singular focus. So with this product, so digital products, as in an ebook or a course, a mini course, a course, or a program, all course, right? What Russell was just talking about in the intro with the frameworks and stuff, that's basically what I call the customer journey. I would say choose one product type and stick to it for at least 12 months. And I know Russell says the same thing. Just stick with one funnel for the first 12 months. Actually, stick with one funnel until it hits a million, or, that digit number. But with a product, just stick with it. Like, I had one ebook and one blog for 5 years, and I made plenty of money because there was no overhead. Now, when I got physical products in the mix, there's overhead. You guys, it's so hard. It's harder. It's really harder. Possible, but harder. So with courses and coaching programs, you just pocket everything, right? It's pretty cool. So choose your one product type, singular focus, one audience. What's your ideal audience? All the things that Russell teaches, and stick with that. What transformation from here to here is where we're going. This is the simple outcome of this one product. This product provides one simple outcome. What are the steps that this person needs to take to get to that outcome? That's your framework. Okay, so this can fit into an ebook or fit into a course. Now, to create the right one for the right people, this is my secret, is I do 4 things at the same time, roughly. The first thing is to research. So I am gaining an understanding and a language around their problem. Like, what are they actually struggling with? Not what do I think they're struggling with. Now, I write out the customer journey first that I think they're going to need to go through. And then I go out into the field, into Facebook groups, into Instagram, wherever. And I look at YouTube comments. What are people actually struggling with? Where's the market gap? How can my product be better than anything else because I actually understand their problem? And of course, you usually make a product for people going through what you used to go through and da-da-da-da-da. But you really have to put yourselves in their shoes and look and see. And I worked at Toyota a long time ago out of undergrad. And it's called Ginchi Genbutsu. Go look, go see. You actually go out into the shop floor and you see what people are struggling with to solve a problem. So then I would take my rough draft customer journey, my framework, and I would subtract and add and figure out as I'm researching to just reconfirm that I'm making the right product. The outcome of this is a refined customer journey or a really solid framework based on what people actually need. At the same time as researching, I'm also gathering a wait list. And this is something that most people don't do. I've got a wait list set up. I did this with my first ebook. I had a wait list set up. I had 70 people I launched to. And it was awesome to have 74 people to launch to. I had a person buy that wasn't even a parent. They just were like so excited about the wait list, and while you're doing your looking and listening, you are gathering a wait list. It's the way Russell explains to do it. I just happened to do it before he ever published his book. You're helping people in these groups. You've got an optimized profile. They see your link. They join. They're curious. They join your wait list and wait. At the same time as this, we're networking. We're building our Dream 100 list. Like Russell put words to the things that I did. I contacted like the person who had the international, I teach elimination communication. I teach infant potty training for newborn babies. I don't think I mentioned that. It's a really unique niche, right? I became friends early on with Diaper Free Baby, which was an international organization. I now own their website and their organization because they aged out and they were like, I'm done. So Diaper Free Baby, I made friends with them early on. I knew they had the audience that I wanted, right? So I networked with those people, and there were a couple people writing about things on blogs. I reached out to them. I reached out to the other authors who are competitors. No, I'm a woman. We're collaborators. Like, they're collaborators. Hey, when this book comes out, could you read it for me? Could you look at my course? Could you test it out? Could you write me a testimonial or review? Could you share about this with your list? We didn't even have affiliate program. Oh, we might have had an affiliate program, but like, you can sign them up as affiliates. So you're literally building your Dream 100 and making internet friends while researching, while gathering a wait list. So we're doing all these things at the same time. And we're creating our product. And we're not going to take 7 months to create an ebook or a course. We're creating a B- product that will get out there, that literally just solves a problem. It does not have to be fancy, and in the simplest manner possible. We're just putting them through a process to get them the outcome. And gosh, we get into this whole thing. It's procrastination. You're never going to get it out there if you try to make an A+ product. And by the way, you're going to have to edit it. I'm on my 6th edition of my book. You're going to have to edit it. And you're never going to cover everything. And I have 7 mini courses now because it didn't cover everything. So once your research is mostly done, you're going to slam it out. Product in a week. My mentor called it product in a weekend. I made 7 mini courses in 5 days, 15 hours, and packaged them as a bundle and sold them for $97. I outlined it. I recorded it. Just get it done, for goodness sake. But do not make a product that you think people want. Go out there, go look, go see Genchi Gemutsu, see what people are actually needing, solve it completely while you're making internet friends, while you're gathering a wait list. That is my secret. And that is literally what launched me to 45K my first year. And now I'm well over 7 figures. And I'm teaching other moms how to do the exact same thing without sacrificing time with their families, of course. Because if you do it right, it should not be that hard to maintain. It's like a good haircut. If you get it cut right, it'll grow out nicely. You don't really have to do it. That's my kind of a business.
That's amazing.
Brilliant.
Go ahead, Ben.
No, it's funny. Like, so we've been bringing people on, and like they've all given like one golden nugget, and we just got a deluge of they have different like ideas. Like, it's not just about being single focused. It's not just about creating a good product. It's all the different pieces that come into it. It's number one, start networking with the people that you're going to start to work with. Like there's these underground pieces that collapse the time so that way you're not spending the 7 months, right? And that was really eye-opening as well. Like a lot of people are like, well, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do this. It's like, well, you do these things layered and you do them faster and you have the process. And that's what it's turned into for you, correct? Like that's why women follow you right now. Mothers follow you.
Absolutely, because we don't have time to try to figure out all the pieces and piece it all together. And like, also we need each other. Like we have coaching calls every week, and one of them is mindset and the other one's business stuff. And let me tell you, they all mix together because we're moms and we've got issues that we have to deal with. But yeah, there is a very specific process, and it is the way I did in the beginning, but there's a collapsed time frame we have the opportunity to take advantage of today. But we also live in a way more distracting world. So having that focus and having that process, which as Russell said, that is my framework. It's the 4-part perfect product path. It is very hard to say, but that is my framework that I guide people through. And I'm like, just put your blinders on and get the thing done, but get it done correctly. And then when we go into magnetic marketing and all the things later, you don't have the problem that somebody with a huge following and no product and no email list has. You have the infrastructure and the automation set up so you can literally start printing money because you set it up correctly in the beginning and you waited and you're like, I'm going to be patient, but I'm going to do these things in a layered fashion. Yeah, just like you said. And then when you start to build your following and just get people in with your content, which I totally teach. I teach YouTube, I teach Reels, and I teach podcast because I do all those things. And I teach them to pick one content type and one platform. And then you're getting all your people in. And guess what you have for them? The perfect lead magnet and the perfect product in a perfect funnel. And you don't have to make a website. Like, it's so brilliant these days. Like, we got it so easy if we just know what to do.
Okay, so where do people go to find more about you, Andrea, and like figure out like, okay, I kind of want to see examples of the products, like because you're selling these still actively today. They're not things that you've taken down. They're still going.
This is an
but
active
like
business. Yeah, I have 14 employees and they mostly run it themselves for me.
So number one, how do people funnel hack? And number
Yep.
two, where do people go to find more?
Great. Yeah. So godiaperfree.com is my info products, digital products, courses, books, stuff like that. And I've kind of integrated some of the Tiny Undy stuff into it. You know, my one-time offer is like a physical product. If you've got a baby 0 to 18 months, I have a book for that. If you've got one that's 18 months and up, if you've got anybody in diapers and you want to funnel hack me, but actually also get something really cool, then you can get either of the books. And then we offer a physical bundle and then we offer the courses after that. So there's the funnels, there's like the way into both books. And then tinyundies.com is where to find all my physical products. We're in the process right now of combining our shopping carts into one experience, which is pretty fun. And we have several email funnels set up, etc. When you grow a business the way I've grown it, like you end up having to come back and like fix processes. And that's what I try to prevent with people in my other business. But yeah, these are the products. And in my email sequences with Go Diaper Free, we lead people back to the tools that they need, which are at Tiny Andy's.
Very cool.
Yep. And
then, yeah, go ahead. You were about to go there.
Right. The Mompreneur training program. I have the Mompreneur Incubator, which is like getting full clarity and space and time for a business in your busy mom life. So if you've gone to Funnel Hacking Live and you're just like, yeah, but not for me because I don't have time. So there's my main website, but AndreaOlson.com/incubator is going to be like just my little sort of intro to get clear on your one thing. And we go thorough and also make space. This is like the crappiest sales page I could come up with because I was like, when I started teaching mompreneurs, I was like, wait a second, hold on. You're not clear. You need to like have a little remedial stuff here. So this is it's not remedial, but it helps you get clear and helps make space for I have such amazing productivity hacks. Like I get so much done in 3 hours. It's all in there. And then the accelerator, that's the one that's at apply.andreaolson.com. And the accelerator is my full-on coaching program where I help moms, whether you have an existing following or not, especially if you're failing and you're just like, I cannot figure this out and you want to have a successful online business. That's where to apply for that. And I just so happen to have applications only open right now through Sunday. We're in the middle of a cart open kind of situation. So, but I actually only think I have like 3 spots left on my calendar for Monday and Tuesday because they fill up instantly. When I open it, people are just like, okay, I'm ready to work with you. So like I do that just as a way to pay it forward because you deserve to stay home with your baby if you're a mom and you have a business idea. So that's where to find me. Yeah. And then I have all the socials and all the things, like you can see what I'm doing, where my funnels work and all the stuff. And reach out if you have any questions. Like I'd be happy to chime in.
Those are going to be some really fun sites and funnels to go funnel hack later. I'm going to go check them out for sure.
Funnel on apply.andreaolson.com. My application funnel is so much fun. It's like prepares you. And then I have routing set up in Calendly. So I only like if you do apply because you actually want to work with me, you have to, it's like a pre-qualification.
You got to answer right.
Yeah.
You have to answer right. So think about that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect.
Beautiful.
I love it. Okay. Oh my gosh. So thank you so much for your time and being on here with us and bringing so much value. And that's an amazing framework. We'll stick with Russell's message from earlier and your method is a framework. And we are so appreciative of you coming on and sharing it. And we're so excited that you have found the community and you're in it. I mean, for now, 3-4 years now. So it's not like you're new. But thank you so much for being on here with us.
Thank you. And thanks all of you. Thanks, Russell. Thanks everybody for doing what you guys do.
Appreciate it.
Amazing.
Oh,
Okay.
I love being able to talk to different people that are inside of, there we go. I love being able to talk to people who are starting a business and are making a movement and are helping other people. It's interesting, like even as someone who has very limited time, you're still able to make an impact and being able to see ways that you're able to do that and how to be able to make all that work. And it's really cool to be able to have everybody on. I think one of the biggest takeaways for me was that we always get stuck in this mode of like, I have this idea. So my personal big takeaway was I've created products before. I've launched them out there. I get the first idea. And then I usually, I don't know if I listen afterwards. I get so excited about it that I go and I spin it up and I make it bigger and better and larger. And I don't stop and talk first. And so being able to have that communication again with the community and keep that open for future opportunities was my big takeaway. That's crazy.
Awesome. My big takeaway is I probably need to go get more efficient and be able to scale back the amount of hours I'm working every day.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go reassess my life in a minute. No, Andrea, in all honesty, I know she's in the back still kind of listening. That's very inspiring. Like seriously, thank you for coming and sharing your story with us. Okay. I think We have one more thing.
One more thing, just
Before we
really
wrap
quick
up?
for
Yep.
everybody. Yep. So really quick, if you guys have not seen it already, we have, once again, 2 Comic Club Live is coming really, really soon. I went through and started looking at people who've gone through 2 Comic Club Live, even before we did the Linchpin edition, just to find what people's reactions were. This is Diane Webster. She says, brilliant event. It's worth every penny. Thank you so much to all the speakers and everything. I'm working my way through to create my own course on how to build your own eco-friendly green home and save thousands of dollars. So get it all done in the next couple months. Thanks for everything. Diane, thank you. If you guys are not signed up yet for the 2 Comic Club Live, highly recommend it. It's going to be 3 very much in-depth days, the full process of how to install the linchpin strategy. This is the way that when we installed it in the ClickFunnels, it changed everything. And when we've installed it yet again throughout each additional business, it's changed the game for us. And this is the way, this is the process. That is what we'd recommend. So with that said, and make sure that you guys are registered at 2comicclublive.com. There's a link down below, whether you're on YouTube or whether you're inside of Facebook, go and click on that, get inside. We cannot wait to be able to see you. And we'll go ahead and leave it at that. Go and sign up. We'll see you guys next time. Thank you.
Is it okay if I break down the secret formulas that allow so many business owners to grow?
One of the biggest keys you guys can use to blowing up the linchpin.
Now you guys are familiar with the linchpin principles and concepts and frameworks.
It will drive traffic to every part of your linchpin model.
Fill your funnels with the blood of your enemy.
I'm out of breath. I wasn't ready for that. This is going to be huge for your life, if that's okay.
You're going to want to see this.
I'm going to go through the model as a whole right now, and then we're going to break it down, go piece by piece by piece over the next couple of days, and it's going to be amazing.
The linchpin is the secret to my success. It was the title of my last book, and countless entrepreneurs from all around the world are now using it, who all say, this is the way.
This is the way.
This is the way.
This is the way.
Linchpin is the way. To 5 figures, 6 figures, $1 million, $1 billion, it's the way.
And that's why we're launching the 2 Comic Club Live Linchpin Edition, which brings all the linchpins together with hand-selected speakers, every single piece you need to be successful with the linchpin.
Dramatic demonstrations.
Let's talk about being an attractive character.
Webinar, challenge, or an event.
Nifty people into continuity. This is the way. If you want to grow a company today, this is the way. Through this process called linchpin.
Each of these speakers is doing one specific part of the linchpin. And so we're bringing them to you so you can look what they're doing, you can funnel hack it, and you can model it inside of your business. You get a chance to learn this.
How we host huge webinars, huge events.
And this.
It's my entire framework.
And a lot of...
And tell you exactly how it works.
And then brace yourself for...
This is a hot topic.
Once your mind is expanded to a new concept or idea, it's hard to go back to its original way of thinking.
For this event, what we're going to do is we're going to let you attend for free. What kind of for free? Let me explain how it works. Tickets to this event cost $197. But I don't want you to pay for that until after the event's over. I want to make sure that it's completely worth it to you before you pay anything. So what's going to happen is you're going to go and you're going to put your credit card information right now. If you love it, then don't do anything and we'll bill you the $197 we agreed upon. But if you don't love the event, at the end, we'll give you a special email address. You can email us and let us know and we won't bill you anything. Does that sound more than fair? Cool.
You guys ready to learn?
There's no fluff. Build a massive audience of raving fans.
The only way to get this in the past was to be at the last Funnel Hacking Live or to join the 2 Comic Club X coaching program. But now you can watch the exact same information from the comfort of your own couch or your office or your bathtub. Because this is your world. The linchpin just lives in it. Fill out the form on the side and get your ticket to 2 Comic Club Live Linchpin Edition today. Can you leave? This is, it's kind of my time now. So click on the link, fill out the form, and we'll see you soon. My name is Russell Brunson, and I'm part of an underground group of entrepreneurs that you've probably never even heard of before. We don't rely on cash from venture capitalists to get started, and we don't even have goals to go public either. In fact, our motivation is the exact opposite. You see, we have products and services and things that we know change people's lives. But because we're fighting against the big brands, people with literally unlimited budgets, we have to do things differently. We have to do things smarter. We don't have financial safety nets because every test we take is with our own money. We have to be profitable from day number 1. So how do we do that? How is that even possible? If you ask the MBAs or look in your college textbooks, they will tell you that what we are doing is impossible, yet it's happening every single day. And it's happening through an art and a science that we call funnel hacking. it's not really something that I can explain to you. It's something I have to show to you. These stories are a glimpse of entrepreneurs just like you who have a dream and a vision who want to change the world in their own little way. I use the funnel hacking process to help make their dreams become a reality. Yes, we are funnel hackers, and these are our stories.